So now that I have my PlayStation 5 all set up, I want to try out the media remote right here. So when I press buttons on here, it really doesn't do anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the settings to see if there's anything I have to do to set it up. So let's go to accessories here, media remote, set up media remote. All right, go through the process here. Set up your media remote to use it as a TV remote as well as a controller for your PS5. First, pair your media remote with your PlayStation 5, then set up your media remote so that you can control your TV. Connect your PS5 and TV directly so that your PS5 can get the correct information about the TV. So let's see, let's go to next here. Looking for your media remote, start pairing. So the first thing I need to do is press the menu button and the PlayStation buttons. Let's see if I can do that on screen here. The menu button's here, PlayStation buttons here, and let's see. There we go. Your media remote was successfully paired. You can now use it to control your PS5. Next, set up your media remote to use it as your TV remote. Now, something interesting I found out during the process before I set this up. Obviously, I just set it up, but I found that my TV remote actually controls the PlayStation 5, so I might not even need the media remote. But let's go through this process first, because you might not be in the situation that I'm in. So let's see. I'm going to press the select button or the OK button, and I can navigate around here. Let's see if I can. Well, we've already established I can control the volume, but I have a receiver that I use with my setup, so it's not really of any use to me. Let's see if we can launch some of the apps here. I believe I only have Netflix and YouTube set up on here, so let's hit Netflix and let's see how fast it brings me into here. Now, I don't have my Netflix set up. You can see me in the reflection there. I don't have my Netflix set up on here as of yet. This is actually the first time I'm launching into Netflix. So let's see if we can get back out of here by pressing the PlayStation button. And I'm going to hit the YouTube button next. Now, I have launched into YouTube before on this, although I haven't even watched a video on it. So let's go back to the home screen here. That was the quick press of the PlayStation button. If I long press, it'll take me all the way back. So now it's in my media section here. I can navigate with the navigation controls right here. And of course, the select button in the center. And the only thing I really haven't tried out yet were the media controls on here. So we're going to have to put a Blu-ray in there. And I haven't checked out the microphone. So let's see what we can do with that. TechHarvest. Launch YouTube. PlayStation. So I've said a couple things and it hasn't done anything. So I'm actually pressing that microphone button and it's doing absolutely nothing. Hello. So let's see if there's anything else to set up here. Settings. And accessories. Media remote. Okay, so now I'm going to try and set this up with my television set. So let's see. Your TV was recognized and your media remote is now ready to use. Press the TV volume plus button on your media remote to check if it's working. We've already established that this does. So it might have just been out of the box like that. So it's working. You're all set. You can now use your media remote to control both your TV and your PlayStation 5. Control your media playback both in full screen and in picture mode. So go to Media Home. All right, so still haven't figured out what the microphone button does. Launch YouTube. PlayStation, launch YouTube. PS5, YouTube. So I'm basically just holding this button down and seeing if I can get anything to happen, which is not working, unfortunately. All right, so it's always good to have the directions, and this is one of the reasons why. So if you look at the diagram there and you look at letter B, that is a microphone. And if you look what it says there, it says microphone button, reserved for future use. So last I checked, it was the present and not the future, so unfortunately that is not going to work. But it is nice to have a media remote that is very responsive to control the PlayStation. And again, my logic to own this is because you can watch your media on your PlayStation 5 without actually having to drain the battery life of your DualSense controller. You want to use the DualSense for gaming, and this is, in my mind, worth not having to charge up the controller as often. Now, the only thing that was unexpected about this is that, like I said, my TV remote actually works to control the PlayStation 5. Of course, I do have a Sony television set here, and that's probably why. So I'm going to try and keep this in frame for you, but I'm just going to use a directional here. And you can see that it's changing everything here. Let's see. Let's go up to games. So it looks like everything the media remote can do, this can do as well. I could even go into, let's see, settings over here. And what should I go into? System software and update settings. There you go. So I can control my PS5 with my television remote. Now this doesn't have the PlayStation button on it, so I'm going to have to use the back button just to get back to the main menu on this. So it's not as fully featured, but I don't really need the media remote to use a remote to control my media functions on my PlayStation 5. Obviously, the buttons up here, the dedicated buttons, if I hit Netflix, that's going to launch the Netflix app on the television set, not on the PlayStation 5. If I hit the home button here, it's going to bring me to the television set home menu, not the PlayStation 5 home. So there is a give and take here, but it's good to know that I can control things with my regular television remote. So here's a Blu-ray, Attack on Titan Season 3 Part 2. Strangely enough, I binge-watched this entire season except the final 2 episodes. And that was probably about 4 months ago, so I might have to watch the whole season again. However, that's not the point of this video. What I want to do is I want to put this into the PlayStation 5 and see how the media remote works when in conjunction with this. So up top, you'll notice a spinning disc in the center. It's a very small icon up there. It stopped spinning. All right, there we go. Attack on Titan S3 P2 D2. So part 2, disc 2. And it gives a little representation of what's going on over there. So I'm going to be controlling it with this. Actually, you know what? Let me control it with the TV remote first and see how that's going to work. So, all right. What do we have here? Play from beginning. I have to hit the back button. I have to get used to controlling that. Now we're going to go to the media remote over here and kind of do the same thing. Play from beginning. All right, let's play from beginning here. Looks very spacey there. Okay, do you want to allow the BD Live feature of the Blu-ray disc to connect to the internet? Yes. Okay, so it's giving you the button guide The whole purpose of owning the media remote is that you don't have to do that, but this is good to know in if you know you're using the DualSense controller. So let's see, how do you get past this? Okay, I hit the back button and that enabled me to go into the disc. Okay, good. Okay, so I can already play and pause on this. Let's see if I can fast forward. Okay, that's not allowing me to fast forward. Okay, so these are previews, I believe. And I want to see if I can fast forward this. No, it's not allowing me to do that. So I'm pressing the directional here, kind of a captive audience here I have to. So interestingly enough, the select button or the OK button actually pauses it. Play all. Okay. So really very basic here. You have 3 buttons that will control the actual, what you're seeing here. You have a fast forward button. You can control how fast you go forward. You can hit a play button, pause button. Again, the OK button will do the same thing. And a rewind button. So there we go. So that is the media remote, and as an added bonus, let's just see how the controls on the television remote work, because on the bottom here you do have some play controls. So let's see if the pause works. Okay, the pause works, the dedicated pause, play, fast forward, that works. The difference on this remote is that you actually have a chapter advance. So let's go to the next chapter. Yep, it works on here. So you actually have more features on this. So I could hit rewind. I could hit fast forward. And again, you have the different speeds of that. Play. Hope I'm not giving anybody spoilers here. And it has a stop button as well. So if I hit stop, so there's actually more features on this TV remote than there are on the media remote. However, not everybody's going to be in the same boat as I am, where you actually have a Sony TV with a remote that's going to work. So in that case, the media remote is a good idea. It's got a small size, fits nicely in the hand. It matches the PlayStation 5, and again, most importantly about these remotes is that you're going to save battery life on your controller. And you don't have to memorize buttons and button placements, what the controller buttons are going to do. It's very straightforward, especially with these buttons here. The only thing I didn't try was the menu button here. So let's go back into the playing of this. And it should pick up where it left off. Okay, good. So we're going to hit the menu button here. Okay, and that brings up the menu, obviously. And you have a pop-up menu, control panel. Let's see what the back button does. Okay, it paused. Play. Okay, it's a play and pause button then, interestingly enough. Let's see. I guess that pretty much does it, other than let's see what the directionals do here. So I'll try and keep it off to the side. I hope I haven't been obstructing your view too much of this. But let's see if I hit down on the controller. It does nothing. If I hit, okay, that's actually a fast forward if you want. And I would assume this is a rewind. And then up is nothing. Okay, so definitely a serviceable remote. The microphone button not working is a little bit unfortunate, but we'll see how that works down the line. I don't even know if there is a microphone on this. It might rely on the PlayStation camera microphone. I don't know. You would assume it would be, self-contained in here. So I haven't been able to see a little pinhole where that microphone might be. But I think that's going to do it for this video. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please post them down below. If you like what you see, please subscribe. And as always, if you want to help out this channel, you can give me a thumbs up. You can share this video on your favorite social media, or you can actually join my Patreon, all of which is greatly appreciated. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.